Hey my beautiful bitches, it's me, Fiona St. James, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Fiona's Coffee Talks. And as always, I like to start off every morning with a fresh black hot cup of coffee. Hold the cream! I'd love to. In my favorite coffee mug by Oscar Wilde. Life is too important to be taken seriously, so lighten up, people. Coffee and Kahlua, the best way to start off any morning. So today's topic is living with HIV/AIDS. The two videos that I just posted were on the play The Inheritance, which was incredible and dealt with that very topic. Now, in a previous video, I made mention of the fact that I self-published my memoirs, The Life and Crimes of Fiona St. James. And in my book, I disclosed the fact that I too am HIV positive. I want to actually read to you the excerpt that I wrote because I took it directly from my journal. Oh wait, I might need my glasses for this because I am after all, not a spring chicken. Hold on. Voila, I'm back. So this is what I wrote in my journal. I wrote, April 1st, today I found out I was HIV positive. I was in shock, confused, angry, and scared, but put it in its proper perspective. Droopy was there with me. I cried with him for a few minutes, and then I said, I will never shed another tear over this. This is not going to kill me. Let's go to the gym. We did exactly that, and I quickly accepted my status as a fact of life. In my heart, I knew I would always be fine and survive. The next couple of days, I think it got to me because I suddenly felt a little sick to my stomach, but then I was fine. I do not put importance on this fact. I truly believe in mind over matter, and if you believe something to be true, then it is. So, that was April 1st, 1993. Here it is. Let me put this back. Voila. 27 years later. And the truth of the matter is, I've always been fine with it. Like, I've never had anything happen to me, like, illness-wise, knock on wood. I don't plan on that ever being the case. You know, and I do believe in mind over matter. I know that I'm a rare case because I know back then, like, so many people were passing away and so many of my friends died, and that I don't know, you know, what it was that kept me going. I mean, I try to take care of myself, but, you know, when you read my book, you see, I've had my moments of being a wild child, but I think what's kept me going and what has sustained me is the fact that in my head, I kind of feel like, not kind of, I know, I'm like, this is not going to get the best of me. It's what it is. I've accepted it. And I immediately thought, this ain't going to kill me. You know, first of all, you know, apart from the fact that I think I'm Superman, or in my case, Wonder Woman, or in my case, it's the one that I'm not a woman, but that's a whole other story. I just don't, I've never let it get the best of me. And, you know, I've never shed another tear over that fact alone, because it's like any other thing in life. You accept it, you deal with it, you move on. You know, in terms of my history with it, the first couple of years I was not on any medications. Then my doctor was like, oh, you know, you should get on medications. You know, it will keep you healthier longer. And I was reluctant. Like, I always felt like I didn't need meds because I really didn't feel that this was going to affect me one way or the other. So I begrudgingly let him convince me to get on meds. And, you know, over the course of, I don't know, 7-8 years, I was on different variations and they all worked fine. You know, at the time that I was diagnosed, they didn't even have the exam of viral load. It was all about just your T cells. But, you know, a couple of years later when that came out, I was always undetectable. But then I reached a point where after like 7-8 years, I would switch it up every couple of years because I thought, don't be on the same thing for more than a couple of years because the side effects of these medications will do more harm and damage than the actual virus itself. So after about 8 years, I thought to myself, I want to see what I could do on my own. And there was that drug interruption therapy. So, I would say to my doctor, well, why do you think of me like seeing what I could do on my own? And he would say, oh, no, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And after a year back and forth with him, I decided, well, you know what? I'm in charge of my own destiny. So I took myself off the meds. And I remember I saw him like a month later, and I said, P.S., I stopped taking my meds like a month ago. And we argued and we fought. And I was like, look, let's see what I could do on my own. And you know what? P.S. For 8 years, I was not on anything. I remained undetectable. My T cells, whether I'm on meds or not, are never more than 500 to 600 anyway. That's still the case to date. My thinking did change about 4 years ago. I thought, okay, well, honey, I ain't no spring chicken anymore. I was like turning 50, and I thought, okay, even though I've been off meds for 8 years and I'm doing great, I thought, let me get back on them. Because I kind of thought, my body is fighting that much more to keep the virus at bay, and I'm not getting any younger. So if this could help, why not? It's funny when I think of it these days, I'm like, I wonder if that was even a wise decision. And I'm not convinced that one day I may not decide I want to get off them again, because I've always kind of felt like I don't need them. So again, that's probably rare. And like when I tell people my story, they're like, wow, because so many people are of that belief that you have to be on the meds because that's what keeps you alive. And I understand that and agree with that to a certain degree. But I think the driving force for my livelihood and my longevity is my mind, is the fact that I'm not afraid of it. But, I'm also not afraid of dying because, like I've said in a lot of my other videos, lighten up, we're all going to die anyway. So when you look at life that way, nothing really scares you, and then you just sort of, live it the way you want. So I don't know if that helps anyone out there listening or watching this who maybe is newly diagnosed and is having a hard time with it. What's your story? Are you hopefully healthy? Hopefully the meds are helping. Or if you're not on any meds, hopefully, you're being smart about things and taking care of yourself. I try to do all of that. I'm human. I'm not perfect. So I have my moments where, maybe I'm not making the best decisions in terms of some of the things that I do. But it's okay because so far so good, I say repeatedly, my karma and the universe, and taking care of all of that, and don't harm anyone. Try not to harm yourself, and, everything should be good. So that's my story with that. I want to thank the play The Inheritance, because it's incredible and they did such a wonderful job, talking about this topic. And that's what actually gave me the courage to finally do this YouTube channel. And for that matter, once I did the videos on that, even though I'm honest about my status, and I've obviously written about it in my book, this is the first time I've ever had a YouTube channel, but where I'm actually like videotaping myself and putting it out there and saying, yeah, I have this, this is the face of living with HIV for going on 27 years. At least this is my face with it. And this is my attitude with it. And I embrace it as part of who I am. And, it's not going to kill me. Something will eventually, but something's going to kill all of us. So there you have it. Okay, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Leave your comments. I hope that my story does something to put your mind at ease or help you along your way with it. But just keep the faith and be true to yourself and take care of yourself and take care of others, and we will all be good. So don't forget, subscribe, hit the notification button. Thank you so much for listening and tuning in, and for allowing me to finally have the courage to say this out loud on this level of broadcasting it to the world. Bye.